So it's officially a year and a half past her FHO surgery, and she's done very well with it. You know, she's back probably 95, 99% even. You know, I'm going to attach a few videos of her walking, and you'll see a slight hitch on that left leg. You know, when she's about to make contact, she kind of kicks it out to the side a little bit. But I mean, that's the only thing we really notice. She doesn't favor it anything or any more than that. She doesn't, you know, show any kind of pain in that hip, and she just kind of, you know, maybe lost a step or two. Like she doesn't want to run as long sometimes, but I mean, you know, we'll still go on like 2-hour hikes. That doesn't really seem to be a problem, you know. And if you have reservations about the surgery going into it, if it's worth it, I think 100%. You know, maybe 5-6 years down the road, she might have some arthritis set up, but nothing compared to what she would have. Because that cup that the top of the femur sits in was completely crushed. So she would have had all those little barbs all the way around, just catching on the ball of the top of the femur. You know, and she doesn't whimper, whine if we pat her hip or anything. She doesn't whimper, whine, show any kind of pain there. So, you know, I'd really say it is worth it. And, you know, we probably won't do another update video unless, you know, her condition worsens or anything, because nothing's really changed for about a year. And I'm sorry it's taken so long to get this video out. I mean, 2020 has been a crazy year, but I mean, also we've just had a million other things going on, and there hasn't really been too much update from the video. I think it was 10 weeks post FHO. There hasn't really been too much update other than her just, you know, getting even less and less of a hitch. So, you know, unless anything else changes, this should be her last update video. So for the range of motion exercise, all we did for her was, you know, we was really scared to move this leg a lot. This was the leg she injured. But we would just take her leg, and wherever she would let us stretch, you know, you stretch the leg out, and then you just kind of pretend like they're walking. You take the leg back in, and you slightly press, nothing major. You just slowly work that leg. And we would extend it for about 10 seconds, and then close it for about 10 seconds. And we would do that 2 to 3 times, and then we would let her rest for a while, and we would do that maybe 2 to 3 times a day. And that's pretty much what we did with her. And it's spooky and kind of a daunting task at first to take care of them, and you're very scared you're going to make it worse. And it could have been just Blue handling the surgery very well, but my vet did tell me on bigger dogs, or on smaller dogs, it's easier of a surgery because they have less weight on that leg, causing damage or potential for damage, and you know, it's easier to keep them confined. But I do highly recommend the surgery. You know, if it's something you can afford and you want to prolong your pets, you know, happiness, you know, it's so to sum all this up, I'm really glad we did the surgery. You know, her quality of life has been great. You know, we thought we was going to have to amputate because of the extent of the damage to her leg, but you know, we're glad we didn't do that, and we did the FHO instead. Yes, it was, you know, $500-600 more expensive. I think total, it was around $1,100 by the time we paid for the sedation and the pain pills, and I think they had to keep her overnight. And I think it was like $1,000 to $1,100, which was a very large chunk of money, and that's something you need to understand going into this, that it is a large chunk of money. But if you treasure your pet's ability to have a normal life, I think it's really worth it. So this will be her last update video, unless anything like major happens or changes, or if like something, you know, worsens in her condition or anything. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I highly recommend the surgery. You know, I'm glad we did it, because now she can have a pretty normal life and pretty active life, and doesn't seem to have any kind of issues with it. So tell them bye, Blue. She's already leaving.